This tragic story unfolded in Matamoros, Mexico on August 9, 2020. A 23-year young woman named Elizabeth Flores from Brownsville, Texas, was living a normal life with her boyfriend and their two little kids, one 4 years old and the other just 8 months old. On that fateful day, Elizabeth got a call from an acquaintance, Braulio Martinez. He had some disturbing news: her boyfriend had been kidnapped. He urged her to rush to Matamoros, across the US-Mexico border. Even though her boyfriend lived in Matamoros, the news of his kidnapping terrified Elizabeth. She hurriedly set off for the border, crossing the Veterans International Bridge on foot. She managed to call her mom, Maria, telling her she needed to go to Mexico urgently and would be back later that night. Elizabeth didn't mention the kidnapping to her mom, nor did she explain why she had to go to Mexico. Maria didn't suspect anything unusual since her daughter's boyfriend lived across the border. But when Elizabeth didn't return home that night, Maria and Elizabeth's sister Carmen started to worry. They tried calling Elizabeth multiple times, but there was no answer. They left countless messages, urging her to contact them, but all their efforts were in vain. They reached out to Elizabeth's friends, but no one had heard from her. Carmen even messaged Braulio, but he too claimed he hadn't been in touch with Elizabeth recently. After 24 hours with no word from Elizabeth, her family reported her missing to the police. The police couldn't do much at the time, but suggested they file a missing person report. Another day passed without any news from Elizabeth. Then, on August 11, 2020, a body was found near a construction site known to be a criminal hangout. It was Elizabeth. She was half naked, all her teeth were missing, a large portion of her scalp skin was gone, and her head had been smashed with a large rock found near her body. In a bizarre twist, her skull was also found next to her body. Her family was devastated by the news. A post-mortem examination revealed that Elizabeth had died from blunt force trauma to the head. Investigators found a set of fingerprints on her body, which matched a person with previous convictions in their database. The hunt for the culprit was on. The fingerprints found at the crime scene were matched to Braulio, who had a disturbing criminal history. He had spent 4 years in prison from 2006 to 2010 for 2 counts of child assault. Phone records revealed a call from Braulio's phone to Elizabeth. This evidence led the police to arrest Braulio on August 18, a week after Elizabeth disappeared. During questioning, Braulio admitted to luring Elizabeth by claiming her boyfriend was kidnapped. It's unclear if the boyfriend was actually kidnapped. Braulio reportedly did this to steal the ransom money Elizabeth brought to free her boyfriend. Once he lured her, he brutally attacked her. The exact details of what happened aren't known, but the fact that all her teeth were forcibly removed and her scalp was sliced off suggests she was tortured before being killed with a rock. Given her half-naked state and Braulio's past convictions, sexual assault is highly likely. The Mexican government offered to help repatriate Elizabeth's body to the US, but Jackson Funeral Home stepped in to assist. A GoFundMe was set up to cover funeral costs. The area in Matamoros where Elizabeth's body was found is reportedly overrun by cartel groups, leading to a surge in serious crime. The police have classified the murder as a botched robbery, but the brutal nature of the crime suggests it was more personal. Elizabeth's mother, Maria, expressed her grief, saying losing a child feels like having your heart ripped out. She was devastated by the brutal way her daughter was left and the pain she must have endured. Elizabeth's sister Carmen confirmed on Facebook that Braulio was the killer, calling him a liar and a scoundrel. This case was discovered a year ago, but no new information has emerged. It's unclear if the boyfriend was involved or if he was part of the setup. A male skull found near Elizabeth's body led to speculation that it might belong to her boyfriend. Elizabeth's mother wants everyone involved in the crime to be arrested, but there's no public information suggesting anyone else was involved. Braulio is the only one arrested so far. The case is shrouded in mystery, and the lack of information is puzzling. The motive is still considered a robbery, and Braulio hasn't gone to trial yet. No one else has been named in the crime, and the identity of the skull remains unknown. There's minimal coverage of this crime, which is incredibly sad. If any new information comes up in the future, I'll update through a community post. Thanks for watching.